So there's 4 ways to get paid as a developer. Okay, the first one is you can pay yourself a finder's fee for finding the deal. So let's say, for example, you buy a piece of land valued at, say, £1 million. It's industry standard for the development finance that normally funds the projects to pay a 2% finder's fee. Okay, now if you find your own deals, you can pay that money to yourself. So £1 million land is a 20 grand finder's fee paid to you in the bank on day one. So if you do the work, you can get paid as a tradesman. So whether you're a carpenter, bricklayer, whatever you want to do, you get paid that rate as you'd normally pay somebody else. The third way is you can pay yourself a project manager's fee. And again, it's industry standard that a lender is going to want to see somebody managing that project. Now, we don't mean day-to-day site agent where you're stuck in the cabin Monday to Friday. We're talking about somebody that speaks to the estate agents, they deal with the project manager and the surveyor, they deal with the contractors or main contractor like Liam does. And the rates vary, but on a small project that could be something like £15,000–20,000 for building one house. When you start going to the multi-units, that could easily be £1,000 a week. And then when you get on some of the big stuff that Liam does, it's almost like the minimum is about 100 grand a year just to oversee your own project. That's like £2,000 a week to just pop into site once a month, so it's not bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all
exactly.
Yeah, it's all in the appraisal. That's it. Yeah. And then obviously you get your nice big cherry on top, which is the developer profit. So 4 different ways, almost from day one. Ash quit his job straight away as soon as he got his deal. Got his finder's fee, started paying himself a project manager's fee, and then what he realised is that some of the trades were difficult, and he was having a few challenges with them. So he said, "Do you know what? I'm going to buy myself some tools, and I'm going to start doing this myself, and I'm going to start paying myself some of the ridiculous wages that you guys are getting." And he's now almost become a multi-skilled tradesman out of default, and he's cash flowing him through the business. And he's just a few weeks away from finishing his development. Probably around about March, April, he'll have that £500,000 developer's profit. Some of it hopefully sooner, because the lenders sometimes split the house sales with you. So they don't wait for you to pay off the whole development finance. Sometimes they'll say, well, look, you've just sold a 400 grand house, you have 200, and we'll have 200. So some people can actually treat themselves before the actual development is completely finished.
Well, you'd obviously pay yourself in the most tax efficient way possible, for sure. And at some point, we have to pay tax on some of our money. Your PAYE, you pay yourself 100k, you're losing 50%, or if you're a sole trader. So yes, there is an element of tax, but I don't necessarily need all of those PM fees, sourcing fees in my personal name. I just take out what I need, and live as much as you can. Obviously legally, we're not talking about tax avoidance. It's about doing it legal with a really good tax advisor that can do that, sorts that out. So look, it's about being smart, it's about playing the game, and it's about being as tax efficient as possible, like my cars that I have, I'm sure lots of you, maybe cars aren't your thing. I'm a car man, Andy's a car man. Andy bought your car for cash from one development, so that's what Andy wanted to do. So there's just these little things that I didn't know 7 years ago that I now know because I've had great mentors, and I hang around with the 1% wealthy in the UK, and they just tell me what they do. And
the system is set up for directors to run their lifestyles through their business, because, like I say, you are the ones that employ the people. You're the ones that take on the risk building the houses. You're the one that do the extra work after the 40-hour work week from the normal employee, and therefore you should be rewarded accordingly. Without people like us, the economy would just come to a standstill. But look, think of it this way, and especially for you trades that maybe stay under the VAT threshold. Who wouldn't want £1 million tax bill? Because you don't get £1 million tax bill unless you've earned 3 or 4 million quid. So it's almost like, let's change the mindset around and let's go for the biggest tax bill we could dream possible, because you don't get the tax without earning the money. Whereas, I know many builders that stay under this VAT threshold, they do a little bit of cash. You can't make 100 grand from a 5 grand job. This is something that my mentor really helped me understand about money, because I had sort of small time thinking, and no disrespect to my parents, but I was conditioned that money is scarce, you have to work hard for your money. My mentor said, no, you need to work smart for your money, And then when you get your money, you need to get your money working for you, like you said, working while you're asleep. You know, and to hear it from somebody else, it was like, well, yeah, actually, it's there all the time. Why have I been doing 100 hours a week trying to get more money and more time?
Great, cool.